Hallo meine Lieben, willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Star Trek Online.
We've beamed down into an open courtyard within what's left of the Tal Shiar prison. Doesn't look like it's been inhabited for some time. I'm reading a number of temporal anomalies nearby, but my tricorder's having trouble analyzing the data. We're going to need to get closer.
Verstanden.
The shipments of supplies stopped long ago. Anyone alive down here will have a hard time. I suppose that's too bad for Admiral Tenay.
Wer hat irgendetwas über Admiral Tenay gesagt?
That is what this is about, isn't it? There are two of her and no one else. If you find her, I doubt she will be alive.
Wir werden dennoch nach ihr suchen.
This world was abandoned by the Tal Shiar decades ago. I doubt there's anyone left. The survivors of the Enterprise C might have left personal items behind.
Wie zum Beispiel dieses Datenpad.
This datapad dates back to the late 23rd century. It lacks power, but it should work once it's recharged.
Okay. Versuchen Sie es wieder aufzuladen. Darauf könnten sich wertvolle Daten befinden. Gehen wir weiter. Mehr Anomalien. Und noch ein Datenpad.
This place hasn't been inhabited for a while. Thing is, the tricorder's giving a range of time from 3 months to 30 years. We're dealing with some serious temporal flux here.
Das könnte ein Problem darstellen. Gehen wir weiter.
That's one of the temporal anomalies. I wouldn't recommend entering its area of effect. From what I'm reading here, contact with the anomaly will do considerable damage to anything organic. That being said, I believe we can deal with this. Stand over there, and between the two of us, we should be able to nullify the anomaly.
Okay, verstanden. Ich stehe mich mal genau hier hin und störe die Anomalie. Hat funktioniert. Sieht ja fast aus wie neu drin.
Someone's been here recently. The tricorder's picking up numerous signs of habitation in the area. By the look of things, someone stripped this area of all useful items and moved on.
Dann sollten wir auch weiter. Wir müssen an diesen Toren vorbei.
This gate appears to have been locked from the outside. Perhaps they knew about the anomaly but didn't have the means to handle it. Ah, there's a manual override over there near our beam-down site. We can use it to open the gates.
Die Steuerung scheint hinter weiteren Toren und temporalen Anomalien zu liegen.
When we disrupted this anomaly, it seemed to fracture, forcing more anomalies into our timeline. I think we might be able to use that to our benefit, though. I'll stay here and act as an anchor. Find the best spot and use your tricorder to emit the dispersal pattern again. We should be able to push those bubbles away from the gate controls. If you get stuck, I'll be able to get you out of trouble.
Okay. Ich zerstreue die Anomalien und lege einen Weg zur Torsteuerung frei.
The gate controls are trapped within an anomaly.
Ja, ich sehe es.
We'll have to disperse it to use them.
Das sieht mir nach einem guten Punkt aus. So. Oh. Upsi. Nee, das wollte ich nicht. Hier ist der gute Punkt. Okay. Dann mal los.
Looks like some of the closed gateways are rusted now. Find another spot.
Schon dabei. Okay, dann stören wir mal diese Anomalie.
I think I can see a clear path to the controls.
Okay. Dann öffne ich mal das Portal.
The gate's open. Try to disperse where you are. It should open an escape path for you.
Okay, ich störe mal die Anomalie. Also gut, Dennis. Was jetzt?
Excellent. The gate's open, and we can continue our search for Tanae. Well done. Before we move on, I've managed to bring the datapad online again. It might contain clues on what happened. Looks like it's a personal unit. The primary user is Lieutenant Tasha Yar of Starfleet.
Sind Sie sicher?
Give me that. The first entry dates to 2389, nearly 40 years after she was executed. Or at least 40 years after she was supposed to have been executed.
Lassen Sie uns den Tag doch mal sehen.
I am Natasha Yar, Security Chief for the Federation Starship Enterprise D. Well, at least that's who I was. For the past 40 years, I've been Tal Shiar Prisoner 24601. But even that changed a week ago. Our regular supply drops from the Star Empire stopped 3 months ago. The guards started caring too much about what might be going on elsewhere in the quadrant and caring too little about their prisoners. We were able to overpower them. We've managed to recover some data pads like this one, but there isn't enough here for us to call for help or escape. I'm leaving this record in case anyone comes looking for us. Sela, if you find this, I still love you. I've missed you.
Oh, das ist das Ende von diesem Logbucheintrag.
Lieutenant Yar was supposed to have been executed. My father said it happened. There were witnesses. How can... Clearly, there was some judicious alteration of history.
So scheint es.
The Enterprise C survivors were here, but something drove them away. Something more than the loss of supplies. We should continue looking for the survivors. Your duplicate of Teil may yet be alive on this rock.
Ihr Vater hat sie angelogen.
It would not have been the first time. No doubt he thought she might still have been useful in some way. I can see the pity in your eyes. Keep it. His decision allowed me to become the person I am. I do not regret that.
Wenn Sie das sagen?
Look, there's a path ahead.
Ja. Gut, dann gehen wir da mal lang. Lebensform. Könnten feindlich sein. Waffen bereit halten.
This anomaly looks more stable than the others. It's probably less deadly, but let's not find out now.
Achtung, Angriffen, Feuer, Abwehr. So. So. Okay. Kann ich hier hin? Halb vergrabenes Datenbett untersuchen.
The generators died and no one knows why. Richard thinks it might have been the big predators. Teil thinks she might be able to salvage some of the parts. I hope she can. She's been glaring over the remains for the last 3 hours. 2 more dead. We can't stay here. The animals know the fence won't harm them anymore. I rigged an early warning system using a trick I learned growing up on Turkana 4, but that won't stop them. We took a vote, and we're moving. We'll build a new settlement in the old secondary supply bunker the Tal Shiar abandoned 20 years ago. The surviving guard has agreed to guide us there. Loyalty to the Tal Shiar fades when you've been stranded with the inmates.
Das ist interessant. Sila?
Lieutenant Yar never discussed...
Hallo. Was ist los, Sila? Renn nicht da unten rum. Jetzt kommst du nicht mehr raus, oder was? Also?
Lieutenant Yar never discussed Turkana 4. When I was older, I discovered why. She was a survivor. It is clear that her arrangement with my father was just that. Obviously, she continued that trait into her existence here. There's more ground to cover.
In der Tat. Folgen wir einfach weiter dem Pfad.
There's another unstable anomaly.
Ja, ich seh's.
The anomaly has left some of the rock in a molten state.
You took readings in orbit. Surely we should continue looking.
Vielleicht können wir auch diese beseitigen.
Clearly, these anomalies must be connected to your mission. Now, while you take a leisurely stroll through the jungle, I will be moving on. It appears that there are more survivors than initially believed.
Daran stimmen wir überein. Lassen Sie uns die Suche fortsetzen.
There's a lot of interference, but I think I'm picking up a life sign. Teil!
Go away! Leave this place!
Nee, warte nicht! Feuer wieder! Auf Betäubung schnell!
No! No! Please, not again! Stay away! Stay away!
It seems your duplicate Tanae is still alive, and she isn't pleased to see you. I don't really blame her. I wasn't exactly thrilled to see you again either.
Ich sehe ein Gebäude weiter vorn. Wir sollten es uns ansehen.
She's run off, but there's an even larger anomaly close by.
Ja. Also hier
It
war ein
looks like
Gebäude.
it was a structure at one point, but I doubt any survivors would remain in a ruin like this.
Another temporal anomaly, and this one is larger than the last. There are temporal eddies moving through the area and a few stable locations between them. Now, if you establish temporal stabilizers in these 3 locations, we can disperse the anomaly and get a better look at the area. Hopefully, the Enterprise C survivors were able to escape the area before this happened.
Ja. Und dann? Nun ja, ein Pathfinder. Wir brauchen temporale Stabilisatoren. Geben Sie mir ein paar runter. Energie. Okay, hab sie. Ah.
There's a stable pocket ahead of you. Set up the first stabilizer there.
Okay. Mach ich.
That's the first stabilizer. 2 more to go.
Okay. Wir stellen den zweiten auf. Gesehen. Okay. Und stellen den dritten auf. Dann stören wir mal die Anomalie.
Incredible! Dispersing the anomaly restored more than I expected. We should look for clues.
Ja, dann schauen wir uns mal um, würde ich sagen. Weiteres Pad.
We found an entire grove of saplings. Richard swears the same area was full of towering trees last week. He might be mistaken. We're both getting older. I thought I saw a Romulan in the brush. He was wearing a 22nd century style uniform. When I looked again, he was gone. Maybe I'm going senile. Richard insists I'm too young. Maybe it's because the outside world has been on my mind. Sela has been on my mind. I wonder what happened to her. While her father was a Tal Shiar general, he spared my life in the end. Perhaps he wasn't petty and cruel to her. I hope he wasn't. If you should find this, happy 50th birthday, Sela. I have missed you. I only regret we were separated.
Ja, dann alles Gute zum 50. Sela. Was haben wir denn hier? Noch ein Pad.
Shelter ruined, last tricorder gone, half our stores destroyed, 5 dead. The hunters and gatherers returned to find many dead and unconscious. I used my emergency medic training, but I was a security officer, not a doctor. Devek might not make it. None of them can remember what happened. Without the tricorder, we can't scan the area, or for internal injuries. I suspect that there is something on the planet causing anomalies of some kind. Danae has not reacted well. She's been talking to herself and keeping apart from everyone. A problem for later. Survival now.
Some sort of temporal inversion happened here. Some of the rock returned to an earlier molten state, while some of the building materials aged over 200 years. Anyone standing close to these objects would have been affected as well, regressed to infancy or aged to the grave.
Das gleiche könnte auch uns zustoßen, wenn wir nicht vorsichtig sind. Ziele?
Well, I suppose it was nice that Yar thought of me. But that doesn't change the fact that she was going to steal me away like a thief in the night. If she had truly cared, she would have stayed where she was. My father was not cruel or petty, at least not to me. He was hard because he needed to be. I thrived because of it.
Ich verstehe.
The Enterprise C survivors were surprisingly resilient. Tasha's notes are more sparse but seem to record a productive, if primitive, community. They mention a secondary site close by. If your Vulcan survived, there may be others, and they may be close.
Tja, dann sollten wir uns weiter umsehen.
Over here! There's a path with recent footprints. I'm reading another anomaly, further down the path. Tanae might be there.
Ja, und ich registriere weite Lebensform. Zu kleine Menschen zu sein. Moment. Ich erfasse weitere Lebensformen. Tu jetzt. Bereithalten.
The Tanae anomaly and its allies must be purged.
Feuer wieder.
That Tholian away team must have beamed down to investigate the anomalies.
Ja. Wir sollten hier lang weiter.
This looks to be a well-worn path.
Ja. Und Tanae ist genau hier lang gelangt. Weitere Spuren.
Some recent footprints here, heading the other way. They might have run into Tholians.
Ja, das ist gut möglich. Halten wir die Augen offen. Wir sind auf der richtigen Spur.
It seems your Vulcan passed this way recently. Perhaps the cavern mentioned Natasha's logs is nearby. We should follow the tracks. It seems many of the refugees would be alive if it weren't for the anomalies. I wonder how many are left now.
Sie bewegen sich in Richtung dieser Felsen.
I'm detecting signs of recent habitation in this location.
Maybe we'll find more answers.
Auch schauen, was der Trikoder sagt.
This was some sort of dwelling up until a few months ago. If I'm reading this right, there was an explosion of tetrion particles here. A fatal one, judging by the organic residue on the walls. No one's been living here since, according to these tricorder readings.
Verstanden. Suchen wir weiter. Sie könnten etwas zurückgelassen haben.
The anomalies are temporal in origin. I watched Richard wither and die before my eyes. An anomaly appeared, and moments later, he aged 100 years. We buried him this morning in the clearing. I never expected he and I would end this way. I miss him. Richard was a wonderful partner for these last decades, a good man. We built a wonderful life, despite it all. My only regret is that Sela never got to know how kind and brave Richard was. He'd have been such a wonderful stepfather. Tanae hasn't been seen in days. I'm worried she won't come back. I'm worried she will. I thought her strange behavior might be a degenerative Vulcan sickness, but she was answering questions before they were asked, and she's been close to every anomaly that's happened. Maybe I'm jumping at shadows. The part of me that is still a security officer on the Enterprise doesn't think I am, though.
Ja, sie hatte wohl schon eine Ahnung.
This is Tanae. I have agreed to report the final words of Natasha Yar and to hold this log for the future. If there is one, if it isn't here already, What? No! Focus. Focus! Natasha Yar died of a fever. She wished for the story of the crew of the Enterprise C to be remembered. They were brave beyond expectation. She wished for her daughter to know that she was loved and that Natasha lived a long and happy life. But Natasha missed her, and she hoped her daughter's life was wonderful. Natasha requests that if this log is found, that this record be conveyed to Sela of Romulus and to the Federation. Do not come near me. End log.
Sehen wir uns doch einmal an, wohin diese Höhle führt. Tanae könnte hier ganz in der Nähe sein. Und wir müssen sie finden, bevor diese Anomalien sich noch weiter ausbreiten. Also, alle Mann, durchqueren wir diese Höhle und setzen so unsere Suche fort. Eine Fackel.
I think I see movement in the bushes. Tanae?
Waffen bereithalten. Nur zur Sicherheit. Tene, wir sind hier, um Ihnen zu helfen.
Enemy targets on sensor. No! Go away! I told you to stay away!
Kommen Sie mit mir. Wir bringen alles wieder in Ordnung.
I am dangerous. You should not be here. No one can be here. No! Not again!
Was meinen Sie damit?
No! Not again!
There's a new anomaly forming.
Tholians!
Kampfmannschaft.
The anomaly. Purge the contaminant.
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power.
Tanae, the anomalies that have been occurring were caused by decades of temporal interference. Because of what happened with the Enterprise C, you exist in two places at once. We can fix this. You and your counterpart can be reintegrated. Your memories will be integrated as well, but the anomalies will stop.
Wir können Ihnen helfen. Sie müssen nicht länger davonlaufen.
I see the logic in your presence here. I am anomalous. My presence here must be sufficiently reconciled to preserve the order of things. I presume you are here to accomplish this. Thus, I will go with you.
Wir werden uns um das Problem kümmern, Tene. Sie müssen nicht länger verstecken. Sich nicht länger verstecken. Ja. Ah. Admiral! Hier gibt es etwas, das Sie sich ansehen sollten. Nach dem letzten Angriff habe ich die Gegend auf tolianische Lebenszeichen gescannt. Ich habe zwar keine Tolianer finden können, doch ist mir etwas anderes aufgefallen. Wenn diese Messwerte korrekt sind, so haben ich wohl die Überreste der Besatzung der Enterprise C gefunden. Verstanden. Wir müssen das bestätigen. Natasha, ja. Sila?
All this time, she was here. I believed she was dead. Tasha believed I might come looking for her. She believed it so strongly she left logs in case. Tanae held her logs for her. And now, she is truly dead.
Es tut mir leid, Sila.
This place has led to some interesting revelations, shall we say? I think it best we leave before more Tholians show up.
Einverstanden. Pathfinder, beamen Sie uns rauf. Energie.
Looks like we beamed up just in time. Several Tholian ships are on an attack vector.
Die geben auch niemals auf. Roter Alarm, Gefechtsstation.
We will do what you will not. We will repair
Feuer wieder.
time.
Rettungssteuer.
Shields have failed.
Probier das Feuer.
Something is happening. It's happening again. Another anomaly is forming.
Bereiten Sie sich auf den Kampf vor. Die Sache ist noch nicht vorbei.
Target's shields have failed.
Feuer! Probier das Feuer der Steuerung. Hol die Zielerfassung. Fahrzeugmanöver. Ruf an die Pasta. Okay, wir werden nicht von Ihnen gerufen. Umso besser. Öffnen Sie den Kanal. Pasta, danke für Ihre Hilfe.
I see you found my displaced temporal counterpart. Well done.
Danke, Admiral.
An operations team is standing by on this vessel to assist with her temporal reintegration. Please beam her aboard, and we will begin the process. It is possible that I may acquire a new set of memories as part of the process. A small price to pay to stabilize the timeline. As it has been said, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, or the one.
Admiral, ich habe auch Szene an Bord.
I see. Having read the briefing from Starfleet Command, I find her presence here to be most logical, considering the situation.
Wo dieses Problem nun gelöst wurde, hat sich damit, sie hat sich damit einverstanden erklärt, sich in unser Gewahrsam zu begeben. Ja.
Very well. I will take custody of Sela and deliver her to a secure facility once the reintegration procedure is complete. Beam her aboard with my temporal counterpart.
Wie Sie wünschen, Admiral. Fahrfeinde Ende.
It seems our journey is at a parting of the ways once more.
Das ist wohl wahr. Doch Sie haben sich dazu bereit erklärt, sich in unseren Gewahrsam zu begeben.
I did, and I will. But I have a condition to my surrender.
Das müssen Sie mit Admiral Teil besprechen. Transporter, Energie. Wir verlassen das System. Let's go.
Tell me about my mother.
Rufen Sie Dinges.
The timeline is stabilizing. Anomaly counts are dropping, and our agents are reporting a decline in temporal aftershocks due to recent events. That's a good thing, by the way. The aftershocks of our recent discoveries on Pictet may take some time for Sela to resolve, however. I hope she's able to find a sense of peace and closure from what she's learned today. I'll be heading back to Temporal Command once we've fully integrated the two Tenays. Be seeing you.
Bis zum nächsten Mal. Oder hoffentlich nicht, Dennis. Wir hatten in letzter Zeit genug temporale Vorkommnisse. Captain Union, Ende. So, was suchen wir uns denn noch aus? Nehmen wir das da nochmal so. Zack. Gut, ich bedanke mich bei euch fürs Zuschauen. Hoffe, euch hat die Folge gefallen. Lasst gerne ein Like und ein Abo da. Und dann sehen wir uns beim nächsten Mal wieder. Ne? Tschüss.